All right, y'all. Week 4, day 1. You made it. Now, if you notice, I'm at a different gym. If you haven't figured it out yet, maybe it was hinted by when I called my road program Phoenix Protocol, but it was getting hot AF in Phoenix, so we came up north. I had to join a gym. This gym, although it's not a gym I would typically choose, is 5 minutes from my house, and it was about $80 cheaper than every other gym in the area. So we're gonna try and hit this gym up for a little bit. We're jumping into squats, but we're gonna basically be doing machines for everything. Smith machine is probably gonna become your best friend. So I actually do like to work in Smith machine if you haven't tried it. Not obviously, for your main stuff, but it is good because you can concentrate a lot of your focus on like your depth and on your legs, which is awesome. So week 4, the main change about week 4, number A. We're doing 10 to 15 reps, but we're doing 2 reps in reserve now. So we're going to increase our weight. You're going to be close to failure on most of your sets. So keep that in mind. This is just my warm-up set here, so it doesn't count. Now, guys, the most important thing, like I get it, this gym is not the gym we would all typically choose, but the most important thing is consistency, all right? You got to be consistent. You got to get to the gym. You got to show up. You can't just take time off. Oh, it's just feeling really good. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Let's get this first set underway. All right, I'm starting out with 185 on the bar, so 45 and 25 on each side. On these next 2-3 weeks, don't be scared. The 2 reps in reserve, even if you get to failure on one of the sets, don't be scared to push yourself, right? This here is important. It's super important because we want to make sure that we are in the right place to be able to test the max out in 3 to 4 weeks time. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Of course, I set my stoppers, my safety net, just in case I can't get it so I don't get crushed under the weight. All right, let's do it. Now, one thing I will say to you guys before I do this is there's going to be a point where everything's going to feel kind of heavy, and then when you actually get into the set, you're going to be like, oh wow, this felt heavy, but it's not as heavy as I thought. Okay, keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. This might be one of the weeks where you're going to feel that, because for me, picking up 185 feels heavy, but then I go and I get into my squats and it just kind of goes up. So super weird. Make sure you have your safety bars just in case something happens or you kind of tweak something, you feel sort of weird. Most important thing with the Smith machine is don't be a bitch. What I mean by that is make sure you're hitting your depth. The Smith machine is tailor-made for you to be able to hit depth. Okay, that's the most important thing. If you're going to be working out and you're trying to get stronger and build muscle and you're not hitting depth, what's the point? Oh, I think I had about 3 reps in reserve there. With the Smith machine, you're going to feel it in different areas, mainly because you don't have to support the weight going from front to back, so you're not going to be utilizing your core as much. If you're not utilizing your core as much, you're going to be putting more resistance on your ass and on your legs. So getting to depth, getting controlled reps, super important on Smith machine. My personal opinion, I like mixing Smith machine every now and then because you can practice your load under really, really low levels. So like parallel, even below parallel. So give it a shot. All right, guys, welcome back to set number 2. In that last one, I feel like I had like 3 left in the tank. So we're gonna keep the weight the same at like 185. Depending on how I feel after this set, I might drop into the 200-pound club. What? 200-pound club. All right, let's see it. Okay, how's it going? 12, maybe 2-3 sets left in reserve. I couldn't really tell on that one. All right, guys, welcome to set number 3. I did increase my weight. Push everything. Yep. I increased my weight to 205. So 45 and a 35 on each side, or 45, a 25, and a 10 on each side. Increased my weight to 205 pounds. What? We're in the 200-pound club. We're in the 200-pound club. Attempt. This is Smith machine, though, not real. So I might have to say fake 200-pound club. Even then, though, this is a pretty big monumentous occasion, so it makes me feel good if I can hit 10 reps on this. Remember, guys, depth is more important than your reps. You don't want any imposters in the fake Smithy 200-pound squat club. Feels super heavy. Feels like I'm gonna die. Extremely heavy. And it goes up easier. 2, 3 more. 2 more. Ah, 1 more. Ooh, good set, people, good set. All right, guys. Whew. I'm tired AF. Everything inside of my body is telling me to quit this. I did jump up to 205, but it's these sets right here that separate your average person from your guys who are actually going to be changing in the gym. If you want to be one of the dudes that's super strong, that has the best body, that looks the greatest, it's when everybody else quits on this third set because it's optional. The fourth one's optional, and they quit on that third. For me, we're doing Smith machines. I already feel terrible. I'm working on Smith machines instead of doing normal squats. So we are going to sign ourselves up to die. Hit this extra fourth set and go on with our workouts. Romanian deadlifts next. All right, so let's do it. We're keeping the weight the same. We're going 205. I'm going to try and hit 10 of them again. Push myself. Ooh, good 4 sets, guys. Good 4 sets. Stretching my spine out now. Always try to decompress your spine. Romanian deadlifts, RDLs, aka stiff leg deadlifts. You guys know the drill. Hat went back on. Let's get it. So I had somebody ask me if it's normal to like get dizzy after you do a lot of weight or you're pushing yourself to the limit. Yes and no. You do get a little lightheaded, like just a small. You shouldn't get lightheaded to the fact that you need to like lean against something or grab something. But obviously, like me, I'm gassed right now. I don't feel lightheaded like per se, but I feel kind of weak. If you ever are feeling like you have vertigo or you're like, you need to grab something, 2 things. Number 1, you're not staying hydrated. You should be getting water. Carry your water bottle. You should be hitting water in between all your sets. I'm a little lightheaded because I don't have any water right now. We're about to go find some. Number 2, you are not breathing properly. So I've seen people do this before. I used to do this. I was a product of this when I was in college. When you're doing a set, instead of me breathing in, going down, and breathing properly, like this, however it might be, you're holding your breath. When you hold your breath, all the blood's going to rush to your head. It's going to stop your blood from circulating. You're going to be holding. That's what's going to get you dizzy. So proper breathing is super important. Staying hydrated is super important. So try those 2 things out. Now let's get this set. All right, guys, set number 3 here. Third and final set of this workout. Now, I increased my weight. I'm going 205 on this, on the stiff leg deadlift. And again, it's because I want to, no grip strength, it really affected me. It bothered me a lot. I want to get to as close to mechanical failure as I can. And in order to do that, I need to push my weight so that I get to pretty much like a grip failure. It's the only way my grip's going to get stronger. So if I'm constantly pushing to grip failure. So I'm doing 205. Ooh. Grip is given out. Ah, grip. All right, guys. We're on leg extension. I got 3 sets. I'm gonna try and film holding and doing my set. So wish me luck. All right, set number 2. Let me anchor my phone real quick here. All right, guys, I had to switch to the side camera view because I need both of my arms. My legs are gassed. Now remember, this is where the gains happen. The main workouts, the squats, the bench presses, the deadlifts, the overhead presses, that is how we measure ourselves, right? But you're pre-exhausting all of your muscles. After you do the measurement, it's these concentrated workouts that you need to be pushing yourself on. These are breaking down an already fatigued muscle. These are going to be what gets the blood pumping into your muscles. These are going to be what blow you up. These are going to be what blow up your numbers. So do not slack on these ones. You want to push yourself to exhaustion, to reps in reserve. That is super important. Okay? Don't think for a second that my legs are going to get jacked AF just doing squats. It's after my legs are already tired. It's these workouts right here where you're going to see the results. So do not take these lightly. All right, guys. If you're just tuning in now, which you should be following every single video, but if you're just tuning in now, these are my ghetto-fied leg curl machine. I do it on the leg extension machine. I set this as low as it can go. I push this forward a little bit. I lean forward. I'm about 2 inches above my knee. Lightweight. And you can hit a concentrated one leg curl and kill those hamstrings. All right, let's switch legs here. All right, guys, video time. This right here complements to the late and great John Meadows. It's called a destroyer set. These things are awesome. Now, this is kind of my variation of it, but basically the idea is you want to take maybe twice the weight you can do. So you want to take way more weight than you can actually do like a full rep with. You want to blast, absolutely blast partial reps. I like to try to get as many as I can. You just blast out partial reps like crazy. Then after you're done blasting a ton of partial reps, you do half the weight. So I'm going to start on like 80. I'm just going to try to blast as many as I can. I'm going to drop to like either 30 or 40. And I'm going to try to blast as many full reps as I can. This here's a really good way if you were trying to just absolutely destroy a muscle. This works out really good. So I'll show you how it works here. So this is 70. Try to do a full range. Until you're just gassed. Then drop it to half the weight. Try and do full reps, but most of the time you cannot. You just keep going until you can't go anymore. That's how you do it. And then you do the other leg. Oh, now the one that I seen on YouTube, John Meadows, he was basically doing that with like shoulders. I like to do it with just any muscle that you feel is lacking, any secondary muscle. So for me, like hamstrings, shoulders, I do it too. So hamstrings, shoulders, secondary muscles, that works good for. So let me know what you think. Don't sleep on hip thrusts. I know you're gonna see a bunch of big booty bitches online. They're gonna be doing this, but this is what gets you out of the hole in your squat. It's super important. Do not take hip thrusts lightly. And wow, I'm sore. All right, we're dropping the weight. All right, let's knock it out. Absolutely hate doing these because it's like from rep number 3, I'm already sore. And I got to get all the way to freaking 15 to 20. Ugh, hate doing these. Oh, honestly, it just feels like somebody punches you in the butt and you have like a Charlie horse. But you got to do them. If you want to squat big, you got to do them. Calves. This here is not really a calf raise, so it is going to hit kind of concentrate on a different part of your calves. I feel like when you're doing a calf raise, like a seated calf raise, I get more of a berm like in the front right here. Kind of weird. They don't have a seated calf raise machine here, not that I can see. So I'm gonna hit like 1 or 2 sets right here, probably 2, and then I'm gonna go work in and just do like on the squat on Smith machine and do something. So let's go ahead and get our first set. I know everybody does these differently. For me, I like to stay in the tut area, time under tension, and the most extended position of my calf. And I like to bash out sets, but for me, I don't know. I used to feel like doing a full range of motion on these used to get more of a burn. But that Jeff Nippard video kind of screwed me up because basically saying that lengthened partials on calves get the same, if not better, results. And you can bust out more like reps. So I'm torn between the two. So let me feel what you think. Full range of motion or the lengthened partials? All right, guys, we're gonna finish out. We're doing 3 sets on this because honestly, my calves started to get like the craziest burn ever. I don't want to like fuck that up, so we're staying on this machine. All right, guys. So apparently here at Planet Fitness, the leg press machine is the most closely guarded machine in the entire world because they only got one. It's literally been taken and people are waiting for it for the entire time I've been here working out. So we're getting punished now. We're doing different kinds of squats variations in the Smith machine. All right. So bear with me on this. We got 2 surprises for you. Surprise number 1 is going to be sort of like a front leg squat. You can only do it on the Smith machine. I'll show you how you do it right here. Basically, normal squat here, front squat over here. Okay? Front squats. So 10 to 15. I'm going to go a little wider because of the second workout I'm going to do. For me, this just puts tension on different, like more concentrated tension on different parts of the leg. Okay, this set here, next surprise. I call these Platt squats, named after the legendary Tom Platz. And yeah, I get it, he was on gear, but his legs were so jacked. You just copy him, you just do what he does. So these ones here, it's like a close leg squat. I call them Platt squats. Absolutely love doing them on the Smith machine. So for those of you that have noticed, I dropped my weight down. I'm literally only doing 135. It's just because my legs are so gassed right now. I just can't do the 185 and 205 that I was doing before. So these are the Platt squats. Remember, ass to grass. Okay, last surprise workout. Now, if you thought that the leg forward put kind of like crazy tension on your front legs, your quads, wait till you hit a front squat. Last exercise is front squats. Now, I'm not going to talk to you guys during this one. Well, actually, let me put this on my hat because it is going to mess me up. All right, got it on my hat now. Actually, don't mind it on my hat. So, front squat. You basically are going to be holding it like on your front shelf of your upper pec here, kind of. So you'll see your collarbone. You want it just below your collarbone. And I've seen some people, they'll do it like this with their arms crossed. You can get away with that if you're doing it on squat, but if you were doing it on free weights, you're going to be grabbing the bar just normal like this, and you're going to be leaning back like this and having it like this. So keep that in mind. For now, I'm going to just go ahead and just do a cross, and we're doing some, lighter weights, so should be fine. Now, there was a time in my life where I actually injured myself doing a front squat. Let's see what feels more comfortable to me. There we go. Now, there was a time in my life when I was doing a front squat where I actually injured myself. And that was because I used to squat quite a bit. Now I injured my shoulder doing front squat. It's just because I got to a point where the weight was so heavy. Two more. I'm gassed. Oh, my lower abs are absolutely dead. My core is killing me. Ooh. All right, let's do one no weight. All right, thank you everybody for making it this far to the Phoenix Protocol. We're just wrapping up week 4, day 1. We increased the intensity today, went from 3 to 4 reps in reserve to 2 to 3 reps in reserve. So that's pretty good. We changed up a couple of the workouts today. We got pretty good burn on all of the muscles that we needed to target today, which is lower body. So that was pretty awesome. Anybody who's following along, let me know how you feel down in the comments.